Oh, man. What an early one. My goodness. Daytime? All sunny out? Sunny and warm? Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show. Let's go! Presented by Bet365. Never ordinary. Certainly not today. Very unordinary day. Inordinary?
Yeah.
Inordinary day.
It was not ordinary. I was doing a celebration. Vogt was doing a celebration. You were doing a celebration.
Yeah, we were all doing it.
I was doing this. Too early, man.
It's morning, man.
What is that? That's the sunflower seeds in your hand? Or is that dice? What is that? What
I was shaking the dice.
What is that?
Snake eyes.
You're rolling sevens.
Somebody else shaming you today, not me.
They've taken their cues from you. Well, that's disgusting. The worst part is that Dev's gonna have to live with that.
It's gonna drive him nuts. Yeah. I'm sure. Guys, we have a great show for you today. Why? I'm pumped. Brucey B back in the building, back in Ball Arena, getting his ring tonight. Can't believe we had to wait till mid-January for this to happen. But here he is. I think the crowd's going to go nuts. We're going to talk about him. What did the Nuggets miss from him? Also, the Nuggets faced the number one offense in the NBA tonight, the Indiana Pacers. You might have thought the Nuggets were the number one offense. No,
Nope.
they are not. No, they are not.
I
I
would've
would
thought
thought
the
really
Kings.
close, if we're being honest, and we're going to talk about that. And then also, we're going to become rich beyond all of our wildest imaginations. The sports books, they're always wrong. They always give good lines in the morning, huh, Dev?
So easy every single time. The sports books is always wrong.
They're always wrong. Dev, on the other hand, always right. To help me out, I got Brennan Vogt.
That sound you just heard was Dev's phone being locked out of every sports book in America. The new limit is he can't do it anymore.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That'd be great for the show if
Yeah,
Dev
'cause
got
they do
locked
it.
out of the sports books for giving away too many winners.
I said that early on. They're going to have a special task force to go against Dev. at a certain point.
Last one was a banger. Did you check your account?
I never do until right now.
It was good.
Really? It was a good one? Hell
was
yeah.
good.
Good job. Over here, I got D-line.
Yeah, when the Nuggets play good, we win all of our bets, basically.
That's what happens. That's actually what happens.
And they win most of their games.
Yeah.
So-
well, they don't always play good though. Like
That's true.
We would talk whatever. Yeah. Let's go.
Whatever. Superstar Dev, rounding out the show.
It's a takeover. That's when I'm in great moods. I love the takeovers.
The
I just
takeovers
like
are
being
good.
with our people.
The homies are showing out. It's 0 degrees outside, fellas, but that's not going to stop the homies from coming in. Put on your fur coats. Come join us. What do you got for game notes?
Well, first game note is that he wasn't joking. It's literally 0 degree. If you're not from Denver, it is in fact 0 degrees.
Do you not
outside
know
right
something,
now.
though? That's not Colorado. You know it's everywhere?
I do,
You see
yeah.
the whole map
It's a
of the
polar
US?
vortex, bro.
Is it a polar vortex?
You know what? This is like Canada giving us their air. We don't want your air. Go
I
back
saw
to
something
Canada.
that it's actually all the way from Siberia. Not even kidding.
But real fast, you're supposed to be used to this because you're from Colorado.
Yeah,
that's
that's
what I
right.
heard in
That's
all the
right.
football
Yeah,
games
yeah.
yesterday.
That's right. Yeah.
They live in Kansas City
Yeah.
for the last 2
I mean,
months.
we're used to it, but it doesn't mean like I'm used to you guys. I don't like it.
If you
know
think
what I mean?
about it, like on average, how many minutes per year are you outside when it's negative weather, 0 or colder?
To the car. Like you literally
That's
go
what
to
I'm
the
saying.
car. You go.
That's why
That's
people are
it.
like, you're used to this. I'm like, yeah, when it's that cold,
No.
I'm inside.
Yeah. I'm used
Every
to
single-
blasting
Literally
the
not
heat.
outside. I'm outside less than 1 minute per
You're like,
year
yeah,
in
we're-
the cold. In that
We're
cold.
used to complaining about
Yeah, we're
this.
used to That's so true.
Anyway, the Indiana Pacers are in town. Bruce Brown ring night. Let's get to the injury report first and foremost. Kendall Brown is questionable.
Who he play
Reason?
Yeah, what team- which one is he
Reason?
on?
G League two-way status. He's questionable with his two-way status, which
What?
is like makes me. Is that a Torrey Craig situation?
They still track that, like the
Oh, like
number.
he's played too many games.
no, like
They
is the
don't play
flight
in
gonna get there in
Pacers.
time? I wonder if that's the.
Oh, they're coming in from Indiana too.
His current status is questionable. The reason is that he's on a two-way contract. That's what it says.
I
in the
hate-
He
injury.
probably came from somewhere
yeah, maybe
else.
else. I hate flying land in the snow.
Okay.
Thanks.
I thought there was going to be some banter there. Yeah,
That's where we start. Nobody wanted it.
it's
All right.
early.
Me too.
Tyrese Halliburton, the magical Tyrese Halliburton, he's out. Left hamstring strain. Will not play
Disappearing
today.
act.
Aaron Naismith,
Poof.
he is out. Bilateral shin soreness.
Bilateral, huh?
Bilateral. Oscar, help me out, fellas. Toshibwe. Also questionable because he's on the G League team with a
Really?
two-way contract.
Thanks for these updates.
These flights, I don't know. These flights. Jarris Walker, not available. Upper respiratory infection. And Isaiah Wong, also questionable because he's He's also with the G League team.
Yeah, those are all those names besides Halliburton and Neesmith all got paid in that in-season tournament. They're like, we're done now.
We're good.
We did what we had to do this year.
We'll
Also,
let you know
the-
if we get there.
Upper respiratory, he definitely has COVID. They just don't want to say that.
Right,
anymore.
right, yeah,
They were
that's
just
such a
you can't use that phrase
It's
anymore.
upper respiratory. It could be.
Yeah,
could be a
or-
variety
yeah,
of things.
it could be.
Yeah,
Could
RSV.
be. Yeah.
Or he hung out with Kale recently. You never know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man, but do you guys remember Oscar Tshiebwe? You remember who he is, don't you?
Yes, he's the guy who scored his first official NBA basket
That's
in
right.
the same game that Giannis set a career high. And
But I mean,
70.
that doesn't matter. I mean, he
well,
got his first game against the Bucks.
don't tell Giannis that because he was very upset when Oscar got the game ball.
Whenever I think about Tshiebwe, I think about Mitch. That's all he talked about for a whole year, as if he was going to be a star in this league.
Really?
What?
Is he a Kentucky
The
guy? Is
Went
that
to
why?
Kentucky.
Yeah, there you
Crazy.
go.
He talked
How's
about
Ty Ty doing?
Tie, dude.
Sick.
On the Nuggets injury report, Christian Brown is probable left ankle sprain. Vlaco is out. Jalen Pickett is out. See, the Nuggets know what's up with their G League guys.
They just say
they're
out.
they're out.
Yeah.
Jalen Pickett's out. Julian Strother's still out. Right knee contusion and sprain. Hunter Tyson with the G League team. Peyton Watson, probable illness.
Upper respiratory?
They don't specify
They didn't
this
say.
time.
Okay.
Lower
And then
respiratory.
as for the Indiana Pacers, fellas, they're playing well. 4th seed in the East, 23-15. They've won 3 in a row. They've won 9 of their last 10. They've got a winning record at home and on the road, a positive point differential. The defense is, something you can poke at and make jokes about. It's certainly not a contender indicator, but this is a good basketball team on any given night.
It is, and in particular, a good offensive basketball
Yes.
team. They've won 9 of 10, including 3 in a row. They are first in fast break points. They are first in points in the paint. They are 30th in opponent points for in the paint. So this is a team that gives up shots in the paint and scores in the paint. They're 29th in second chance points. They're going to let you offensive rebound. This is a night that you go to the offensive boards. Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter, grab some second chance points. Christian Brown. They're second in pace. So you're going to expect, you guys have been seeing this all year. When the Pacers play other teams that can score, it's like 140 to 135.
Oh, it's their birthday every single time. I know that other teams are like, I can't wait till we play those Pacers.
They're literally named the Pacers.
That's true. That's actually a very appropriate name. They're third in drives. We know Denver kind of struggles with the drive, especially fouling on drives. Third in points off of turnovers. Denver can't turn it over tonight or it's going to be a fast break kind of game. And then they're 11th in second chance points. So they're just like average at that. So I look at that and I go, this is a night where the numbers can get kind of ridiculous for guys, which would be great. We can have some fun with it. But it's also a game where the Nuggets just came off of their best performance in a month. Wouldn't you say? In a month, probably.
Easy.
So now it's like, are they satisfied? Like, okay, we proved to ourselves that we're good.
Entirely possible.
Or is this like, no, this is the new Nuggets. We make a run in January.
I think it's a blend of both.
Okay.
Just because you came off of a big win, then you look at Pacers. I think guys kind of get out of their element when they see the Pacers on their schedule because you're like, hey, this is where I'm going to get my numbers up. This is where guys can get involved. The thing is, Pacers are good enough to keep it interesting. So it's the starters, it's the stars that they're the ones that are excited, which is a good thing for Denver. If you want to get Jamal back in the groove, if you want to get Michael Porter Jr. going, if you want to get guys, it's those type of games that you do that, which is good moving forward because you need those guys to get into, their own when you're playing against these good teams or, the better teams. So I think this is a perfect spot to put the Pacer game in.
Yeah, I actually kind of like... This is a third game in a row of a hot team that they're facing that is, in my opinion, less than the Denver Nuggets. Like, They didn't show out against the Jazz. They absolutely showed out
great note.
against the Pelicans. And I think that the Nuggets didn't like what happened to them against the Jazz. I do think that they're going to show out today. I think that they enjoyed that feeling as opposed to basically every game prior to that game.
Yeah.
But they were winning like miserably. Like, that was like such a joyful experience. Like, that was so fun, and it was so effortless too.
The only thing that scares me is that Denver hasn't defended at a very high level lately. Even throughout that stretch of games where they were winning, most of them, the most recent chunk of games, it's slid a bit, and the Pacers are a team that are going to score on you. It helps that Halliburton's out, and obviously Denver's going to score on that team too. So I'm with you guys. Like, it's not. The matchup isn't terrifying or anything, but there is something to Denver hasn't been at their best offensively lately, and this is a team that always challenges that.
The Pacers always challenge him?
They challenge any team that's not going to defend at a high level.
Yeah. I'm curious. I'm so curious. Less about. I mean, look, I'm excited for the Bruce Brown piece of this. I love Bruce Brown, so I'm excited for him. But I'm more excited to see, are the Nuggets ready to buckle down? Because they don't need to buckle down from now until the playoffs.
Nope.
You could really just buckle down from now until the All-Star break. That's
Take
1
it in
month.
chunks, little chunks.
Little chunks, and maybe even less than that. Just look at this 10-game stretch and be like, hey, let's hunker down here. Let's prove to ourselves and to the league that we are the team that we believe ourselves to be. And then we can manage after that. We'll take the next step after that. And
Freaking narrative week, dude.
Narrative season, really, because not even just a week. It's like a 3-week stretch. They started off poorly with that Utah game, but bounced back. Tonight, to me, is the dot that connects. Like, what is it going to be? Inconsistent or, all right, now they're on the right path. I'm excited to see. Guys, Bruce Brown in the building. Last night, he was at the stock show, of course, as one does. So taking pictures of himself. The other day on the plane, pretty sure he was wearing a Nuggets hockey sweater. Wasn't he?
I didn't see that, but
You didn't see it?
I
Kel, do
wouldn't
you
be
have it?
surprised.
I think Tatiana might have, the homie Tatiana might have tweeted it out. So, but he had on, it looked like the Denver Nuggets hockey sweater, you know, that one, which is kind of cool. It's also kind of funny to think of, like, if you're on the Pacers wearing a Nugget.
Can you imagine if, like, you're on a team and a guy shows up but he won't stop wearing his championship gear from last year's squad?
Yeah, but you can't be mad. He just won a
Right.
championship.
You're already gonna be like, hey, Bruce,
and he's
take
also
that off.
he's going to the place where he won the championship. So I think that you give him a pass, but you're like, yo, after this one, bro,
Right.
Totally.
Can we
on,
maybe
man.
put it back in the closet?
we have
after-
different aspirations. We
Yeah.
want to be champions.
That they gave you $8 million. We gave you $22 million.
Right.
Like, hey.
We almost won the in-season tournament.
Yeah,
And
we
we
almost
didn't
did.
play you in the last most pivotal moments of the in-season tournament game either.
That's true. They didn't do that. So, but Bruce Brown coming back, man, I honestly think that, like, Jeff Green came back. He got an ovation. Ish Smith came back. You saw the whole team
Oh,
kinda
dude, there's
give
no-
him some
yeah,
love.
of course.
Bruce, though, different level.
Is this the last ring to be
Yeah.
delivered?
This would be the
Yeah,
last one.
players that are still.
Yep, I think you're right. It's kind of cool that he's the last one, actually.
Complete the circle.
Yeah. I think the crowd's going to go nuts for him.
Yeah, they are going to go nuts. Also, I'm
They
going to
should.
I'm going to the stock show tomorrow. I can't wait to go.
Look at that smile.
But
What?
love it. I am excited. But I mean,
It's a
he's,
weird agenda to
he's
squeeze
part
in.
of Denver, you know, because
Yeah.
he was like so involved and he was a man of the people. Like, and you think about those parades, Brucey B is a big part of the parades because
Yeah.
he was a man of the people. Even though he was only here for 1 year, it's wild to
It
see
is.
how, you know, how impactful he was for that year. And then he's going to get paid, so you're happy for him. Like, there's nobody that's going to be upset about Bruce. No, he will not hear a single boo
Nope.
because you were just excited for him.
They might
and
hear
then
a Bruce.
I was
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
say-
And then he's going against you know, his former guys who also all love to be on his team. So yeah, this is going to be a fun one. It's going to be exciting to see him in town.
I hope he doesn't shit talk the Nuggets bench though. That's
I
gonna
hope
be,
he does.
That's gonna be conflicting for me.
No way. I hope he does. Go be yourself, Bruce, man. Be yourself. You've earned it. What do you think they miss most from Bruce?
I would say we talked about this on the recent show, actually, but I would say that Bruce had a penchant for identifying when things were stagnating and putting the pedal to the metal. You know, just sort of being a guy that was going to come off the bench, and if nothing else, he was going to play harder than anyone else on the other team. And so he would have these moments where he would have all these exclamation point plays. You know, fast break dunks or his own steal into a fast break that just kind of brought everyone to their feet. And there's maybe the best way to say it was just more fun. It was more fun when Bruce was around consistently across 82 games.
I put that out on the timeline. Very mixed opinions. Some people
Really?
adamantly agreed. Some people disagreed quite a bit.
To me, it's the attitude, man. He was
Yeah.
like the
Right.
had the most like. I mean, he had the most dog in him. He was the most dogged of the players, and he just played with such heart and ferocity. It was like he didn't do any one thing great, but he just played hard. He played with passion, and he brought that like level of just I don't know, just taking it to the other team. Like, he would get in the other guys' face. We don't have that guy. Like, we always bemoan that, Jokic is not that guy unless absolutely pushed to his absolute, and it's generally to the referees. Jamal can kind of be that guy, but, like, Bruce will, like, get in guys' face. Bruce will clown you.
Yeah.
We don't have that guy still.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was an amplifier. Right? I think that's the biggest thing about him. They touched on both things. He was fun. He was, like, the most fun because when he's playing well, he's going to push out a lead. He's going to extend a lead. He's going to be able to make so many plays because he's playing so hard. But at the same time, you do forget that he had bad games. You do forget that there was, like, bad stretches with him out there. But it doesn't matter because he's playing so hard. Yep. He is talking trash. He is trying to make sure that he makes things happen. And that's what you're supposed to do as a bench player. So, like, he brought that identity to, this is who I am, this is who I'm going to be, but also I'm doing my job, and that is to bring so much energy that my guys are going to back me up the entire time. So I think that they just missed the consistency with Bruce of just energy all the time.
Yeah. I definitely think it's the toughness. I just wonder if the Nuggets have that same toughness and swag. I think that it's needed in the regular season. I think it's really needed in the playoffs where you just need guys that are like, it just gets grittier and grimier as the series goes on, and you need guys that kind of have that in them. Bruce, there's just no question. He's like full on that specific category. And my hope, I've said it before, but my hope is that guys like Peyton and Christian develop that as the year goes on because they have it in them, but it's not like on the surface. For some reason, it's bottled up.
We were promised that Christian Brown was going to be the guy that other teams hated, and like nobody hates him.
Nobody does.
Yeah, he's nice. He's a
He's
nice
like really
young man.
nice. Yeah, he's like a really nice guy.
He's
He's
nice,
like
respectful young man.
complimentary.
He needs to shave that dumb beard. Can we be honest? He needs to shave it.
He also needs to just
Am I alone in this?
be tough.
People get to pick their facial hair. Is that your take?
No, are you talking about whether or not a hair take is appropriate to me?
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't offend me, but like he's not. You're supposed to grow a beard and become a villain,
Yeah.
and he's like becoming a grandfather. I don't know.
I don't want to advocate for this, but yeah, I'll say it. Christian, start fighting people, man. Just
Seriously,
throw some punches, bro.
How many texts does Christian have?
Yeah.
none.
Does he have any texts?
No, he's respectful. But I think that Peyton Watson, like, I do think he has that too.
He does have
He
it.
does have
It's
that
bottled
edge
up
to
too,
him.
though.
It just is in a different way. Because he'll block you and stand over you or, like, give a gnarl. Like, he does, like, the faces and things like that. But I think he's just because he's so young.
It
and
is.
He's
He's
not
just
playing
not-
as much. But I do think that that's coming. It is on the way. 'Cause
I agree with
I
you.
think that he just needs that moment. With Bruce also, like, people didn't really respond to it, but he did it so much that it's like his team liked it. We
Yeah.
didn't see it. It was new.
The
to
crowd
us.
liked it too. Like, there's just an energy that basketball brings, and any one player can start it. And then, like, the crowd starts to feel it. Then the players start to feel it. And I just felt like Bruce always had that. He always
Yeah.
had a finger on the, like, let me turn this thing up.
Yep.
And it
Man,
worked.
He's a
And
volume.
like, honestly, that should be Christian's, like, on his mind phrase. Check it in. It should always be, let me turn this thing up.
Yes.
I'm going to go get a little. End of the quarter, we don't have any fouls. I'm just going to go, like, give a hard one.
I think a lot of this, both of those guys, P. Watt and Christian, have this in them, but they're both like so not like sure of themselves yet in this league to be able to take it to that next level.
But they're also young.
That's
I
what
think
I
that's
mean,
the
like-
difference. Like, he has been in the league for a while. They knew who he was. He already knew he's not trying to
Exactly.
prove to his teammates. Because like, that could be looked at as a bad thing because the Nuggets are not a trash-talking team.
Right.
He was like, I'm going to be who I am, like, regardless. This is a one-year thing for me. I'm going to be me. I think with Christian and Peyton, they think about their future and trying to get along with guys. So I
Such a
think
good
that it
take.
is
You guys
kind
are on
of,
fire today.
pushed back. But you do hope that they start to, like,
Yes.
let them open up and do that. And that comes with, like, Jamal. He does it at times, but maybe
Yeah.
if he did it more, they're like, yeah, I'm going to follow that.
Yeah.
If Jokic is out there trash talking, I'm going to follow that.
Jamal does it to the Nuggets, unfortunately.
Yeah, but you just want it to be more of it. And that's not a bad thing. I just think that that's, like, explains why.
Jamal got that dog in him with the Nuggets media.
The media. Yeah.
There's nobody he's not afraid to go.
Sure, I get
Some people
vote.
got that dog. He's just like, I'm petty. All right.
The other thing Bruce Brown brings to the team is some offense. I mean, Bruce Brown's known as this defensive guy we talk about, but really his offense, he drives hard. He plays hard in transition. He has the number 2, and I know it's a team stat, but there's context to this. Tyrese Halliburton, number 1 offensive rating for an individual. Number 2 is Bruce Brown.
Really?
Number 2 is Bruce Brown. Now, obviously, a lot of that minutes because they play together in a great lineup. But it's noteworthy, at least, that he is the number 2 guy there, and he was obviously great here in Denver. The Pacers are number 1 in offense. Just ahead of the Nuggets, you might think. Actually, no, quite a bit ahead. This hurts, fellas. I hate to do this because we are so proud of our perfect offense. Pacers 1, Bucks 2.
Oh, no.
What?
Celtics 3.
What?
Earmuffs.
Thunder 4.
It makes sense.
Clippers 5.
Dude,
76ers 6.
I'm going to puke.
Nuggets 7th.
What is this? What is this stat exactly?
Offensive rating. Points per 100 possessions.
Per
It normalizes for the pace you play at.
Tough.
Isn't that tough that the Nuggets are 7th? Now, there's some context here that you need to know before we comment on it. The Denver starters have a 129 offensive rating. That's number 1 of any team to play at least 100 minutes by a long shot. And it's more than last year, 124. They're at 129. The starters, better than ever. Unfortunately, every other iteration of the Nuggets worse than last year. Number 1 lineup, as I mentioned, and they're plus 16.8 overall. So it's not just great offense. They have the same defense as last year's starters, but a better offense. So they are 4 points per 100 possessions better at this very moment. But 7th in offense is not that impressive.
I was thinking about this on the, I was going to lie and say I walked to work today, but it was -3 degrees, so I called a lift. But I thought about this in the lift.
It was a quick thought.
I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if it's possible for the Nuggets to really ever have that top spot again with the way it breaks down with the Jokic minutes, the non-Jokic minutes, the way Malone approaches rotations. Again, winning games more important. But we would love to see them have the best offense in the league, which these days really means of all time. I don't know if it's going to happen. And I think it's just because of the bench is always going to weigh it down.
Let me give you another piece of context here, Dev. The Nuggets are number 1 in half-court offense. They are number, I don't remember what I told you, Eric.
30, I thought.
28.
28.
Off of a defensive rebound. So, like, when the other team scores and never has to walk the ball up the court and get into their half court, number 1.
Sweet.
They get a stop and go out in transition, somehow terrible. They're actually worse, not even in a ranking, but literally points per possession is worse off of a defensive rebound.
Do you want to know the answer to both of those?
Yeah.
The Jamal Murray.
Okay.
He's like slow paced.
Yeah.
So like in the half court offense, they could do the 2-man. It works every single time. They're the best at that.
Yeah.
He also walks the ball up when the other team scores. Like they don't want to get out and run or anything like that. So like it's a gift and a curse with that. But also you could look at that and say maybe we need to play faster. Like that is like a piece of it. But I think that it's a marathon and they understand that. They're okay with their numbers, I think.
Yeah, and we were talking about that, like that slower pace, that half court offense. That is how the playoffs.
That's how you win.
That's how the playoffs are played. Like all of these teams that jut out and run ahead. It's the Kings, it's the Pacers, it's all these guys that are amazing in the regular season because they push the pace. All falter in the playoffs every single year. It's proven out time and time again.
I think you guys are right, but I also think it's really funny that the Nuggets are this inept at fast breaks, and part of it is
not even fast breaks, just any secondary breaks.
Yeah.
Like
Just playing with pace.
Playing with
basically.
pace.
You always see one, and like Jokic grabs it, throws it up. Michael Porter Jr. grabs it, does a bowling ball pass. Those are like the only times that they do
and
it.
That pass better work.
Yeah, there's not
Otherwise,
any other opportunities for that.
Yeah.
It's so funny, man.
Okay. Yeah. So also, I do think to your point, the playoffs become half court. So to me, the fact that they're number 1 in half court offense is like cool. And by the way, that's the team. That's not the starters. The 120 offensive rating off of made baskets, opponent made baskets. That's insane. That is an insane offensive rating for the whole team, and it just makes me think, like, all right, they have their half-court offense and identity down. Sucks that they suck in transition, and it sucks that their staggered lineups don't matter. But in the playoffs, those go away. All that remains is this.
Right.
So, all right, everybody, let's now open up the Bet365 app. Turn our full attention to Superstar Dev.
I need it, Dev. I need a good day.
Oh, do you?
Oh no. That's
Well,
not good.
luckily you're here because it's time to make some money.
Let's lock in.
Denver comes into this game as 10.5-point favorites, which is wild because you guys just talked about how good this Pacer team was and how they're still winning games even without Tyrese Halliburton. that is a big loss for them. It's changed their identity, but they have still figured out ways to win. I wonder who they're playing.
They beat Washington.
They
They beat
wonder who
Atlanta.
they're playing at that because
Well, they beat the Celtics in the game he got hurt, and he got hurt early. So
yeah,
that one.
they played hard in that game too.
Yeah.
I watched it actually. I think Denver takes care of business in this one. I do think it's going to take a while, so I'm not saying to bet this, but I would bet for Pacers in the first half, whatever their line is. I do think Denver's going to start out slow and then start to pick it up with them. They just play hard. But I do like Denver minus 10.5. I think that they win that. I think that this is an under 240 game. It's a midday game, midday. They also don't push the pace the same way without Halliburton. That was why their pace is so great. I know that has to be down as of late. Teams aren't putting up 160 on them anymore either because they're not just trying to get out and run every single time. I do think Denver will score easy, but I don't think that the Pacers are going to score at that pace. That means Denver would have to have 125, 130. That's tough. So I'm going to go under 240. It's a lot. On the Pacers side of things, Brucey B is in town, man, and he's getting his championship ring.
Man, I might actually bet this one.
You get that buzz for him. And also, he has it's very low. It's 10.5 points for him.
Well, so first of all, this is a double-edged sword. Because Brucey B, I think, is going to want to shoot a lot tonight and score a lot. But I feel like the Nuggets are going to want to not let him shoot a lot tonight. Don't you think? Did the Nuggets go a little extra hard on Bruce Brown?
KCP on Brucey B?
Could be.
That sucked.
That really did.
I think that 10.5 is enough. I think he's going to score that.
All right, I'm taking it. I feel good about it.
His points,
Are you taking
rebounds,
it,
and
Dad?
assists
Are
are
you taking
also way too low. You have to.
His average for the year is 11.9, is 12 points a game.
And that's also without it's also without going against your old team who you have to prove I play
this
well.
actually feels like a betting for the Nuggets.
Everybody does well against the Nuggets when they play against them again. I don't know what it is to that. But I think that it happens. His points, rebounds, and assists super low as well. 17.5.
I can't do two Bruce Brown bets, man. I'm already giving you
Well,
one.
take the 17.5. He's
Dang
going to get
it, I
rebounds.
just took the other one. You got
They're both going to hit. It doesn't matter. It's both going to hit.
All right,
And
all
you
right.
can take both. And you should. 17.5, way too easy. Another one that I think hits every single time that they play each other, Miles Turner. Points plus rebounds.
Really?
He scores against Yoke. Yoke gives him to the paint, and he just shoots the floater or he dunks it every time. And it's very weird to me. You'll see it. Points plus rebounds, 23.5. It'll hit. Now enough about the Pacers because this is the Nuggets show.
Jesus.
Calm down, buddy. This is going to be a game that everybody eats. Let's just start right now.
I'm
with
starving myself.
Jamal Murray assist. We just saw him get over 6.5 assists. He got 9 last game, and that was with also shooting. You get to find that buzz. That was also against a team that's not fast paced. He's gonna want to play against everybody wants to play against the Pacers, and the uptick of they're gonna get out and go every single time. That's more scoring opportunities. His assist 6.5 is a give me. He's gonna hit it. That should be lock worthy. He's gonna get it. Also, Aaron Gordon, points, rebounds, and assists way too low. This is a team that does not match up well against him. They're going to put a center on him.
They're going to put Sticks? The guy nicknamed Sticks is going to try to guard the bully?
He's going to dominate that matchup early. He gets this one early.
Sticks.
Snap the sticks.
He's going to snap the stick.
Where are we going?
Points, rebounds, and assists.
All right.
It's at 23.5. He gets that pretty easily.
I'd love an AG night, man. Why not?
KCP has been scoring. His points every single time is 9.5. I don't know why they keep on gifting us with this. He's going to get it again. It's easy money. And also, he's knocking down the 3 ball.
I got 10.5 on mine. Are you sure?
He's going to hit it.
All right, so I take it even with 10.5.
10.5. He hits it.
All right.
And he gets his 3-pointers. It's 1.5 every single time.
Man, I
Take
kind
it.
of would rather bet on that. It's more fun.
Take it.
I'm
1.5.
I'm taking it.
Both of them are going to hit. Michael Porter Jr., we just saw him get into his groove. 15.5 points. Too low. Too low. Let's get it over. Over 15.5 points. We're going to see a couple threes drop. We're going to see him get to the paint. He does a little bit of everything. Vogt is smirking on the other side. He knows that this one is going to hit. And for the lock,
Oh, boy, here it comes.
Nikola Jokic. I thought I was going to go without talking about that.
I
man.
was worried. I was wondering where he was.
25.5 points. Too easy.
That's our
Too
bet.
small.
That's too small. And also,
He
we just
scores-
talk about them giving up so many points in the paint. I mean, that's the guy that scores in the paint.
If
And
he
he's going to go
decides
after
to
him
go to
every
the
single
paint, yeah.
time. They don't double team. Jokic. They put a crazy wall on Giannis because they just really have a vendetta against him. But they're going to let Miles Turner just try to score. I mean, try to defend him one-on-one. Jokic don't like that. He's going to just score on them every single time. 25.5 points. Lock it in.
You got anything for us, D-Line?
I'm trying to think, like, what do I feel today? Like,
Can I tell you something? Triple doubles plus 190. They keep giving it plus money. Here's my thing. I think Malone, I don't know if this happened. I think Malone might have gone to him after the Utah game and was like, listen, man, the team takes their cue from you. You're in chill mode, they're in chill mode.
it's exactly correct. It's exactly correct. You know what?
You're like, but no.
No, well, yeah, I would take that. But you know what I've been feeling lately, and has been paying off each and every time. A P-Watt 3, dude.
Dude, it's my favorite bet.
There's no way there's good juice on this. It's
Let's
too
see.
good. Well, it has 1.5. They moved him up to 1.5.
They did?
Oh, the
man.
jig is up.
Player 3 milestones, though. I think you can go there. Peyton Watson to make 1 is minus
what about-
275.
It's over, boys.
That's wild.
The ride
It's
is over.
Jover. What about blocks? I mean, betting on P-Watt is always fun. It's
It
such
is.
a live
He
wire.
is fun, man.
Player blocks. Let's see here.
Guess
Steals
you-
and blocks 1.5 is plus 150.
Guess you just have to take the
Peyton
Christian
Watson,
Brown
one
3.
block. One block.
What is the
Peyton Wa-
juice?
Well, I've got it in a parlay here. If I put it in, it gives me plus 800. It's going to be plus money.
Peyton
taking
Watson
it.
blocks minus 115. You know
Oh,
what?
it's
I like
minus
it, though.
115.
Yeah, but I
That's-
mean, that's like even.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'm in. I like it. All right, guys, we're going to go hang with the homies. The takeover is tonight, guys. This one sold out like 6 weeks in advance. We have another one coming up here in like, I don't know, 8 weeks or so. Don't wait. Don't wait and miss out. You
Yeah,
got
what
to
do you-
join it. Come hang with the homies afterwards. We're going to be right back here. Might
Dude,
even have
people
some
have
homies on
flown
the
in for
floor.
this. Like,
Well, we got, oh my guy, TK will be on that. I can't wait for TK
TK's
in the
the
post
best.
game show. My God, I can't wait.
Least likely DNVR fan.
We're going to go hang out. We'll see you later.
let's go.
We all silly like the mayor.